yeah.
Okay, San Francisco, are you ready for us? Because we are coming to explore you in the 40s, 50s, and 60s like you are a great big theme park. A most gracious good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is in the realm of the known universe that you are watching this big retro slideshow, my latest online presentation. Hi, everybody, I'm Charles Phoenix, and thank you so much for joining me here today, tonight, and tomorrow, and forever and always, hopefully, because how much do we all seriously love celebrating classic and kitschy American life and style? I'm very, very excited about the presentation that I have prepared for you tonight, today, yesterday, tomorrow. Anyway, yes, I did the deep dive into my huge archive of slides. I've never done San Francisco before. This is the first time, so I'm very, very excited. And I guess we might as well get going. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I better calm down. I'm already gonna bust a vein. Everything's fine. We're doing okay. And yes, we might as well get it out in the open. The Golden Gate Bridge is the most gorgeous, the most glorious, the most colorful, the most iconic bridge in the world. Where do we begin to behold the glory of the exquisite engineering beauty of this 1937 modern Art Deco masterpiece of the absolute highest order? San Francisco would not be San Francisco without this glorious span of bridgery. Don't you love those swags? I know. Not to mention the color, orange. Actually, it's called international orange. It's not gold. It's not burnt orange. It is orange. My favorite color. I love it so much. So you guys also, I mean, at the time, it was the longest span on the planet and remains so until the year of 1964. How much do we love 1964? How much do we love? Okay, you guys, I had to share this with you. The little roundhouse, little restaurant, snack bar. I love it. Round, very streamlined modern, the epitome of streamlined modern. You can cross it by car, the bridge, or you can cross. Oh, and I meant to tell you, the roundhouse is still there. It's still there. It's still there. I know. You can still go there right now if you want to. Well, when the show's over. Anyway, you can cross it by bridge, you can cross it by foot. I have never crossed it by foot, but these lovely ladies have. I love their very 1954 ensembles. Car coat, tailored jackets, and pants, full cut. Cut full, I almost said. Cut full cut. Take your choice. Either one will work. Of gabardine, and I love the way the gabardine moves in that kind of energy of the San Francisco foggy day, don't you? Mid-step, the yellow gloves, and the crowning touch, literally and figuratively, to the ladies on the left and the right, scarves. How much do we love scarves? The one on the right looks like it's a souvenir scarf. I know, and how much do we love souvenir scarves? How much do we love everything about strike a pose, there's nothing to it? Finally, we get a better view of the ladies themselves. They're having a good old time because they, not terribly unlike us, are so thrilled to experience how giant that cable actually is. I know. They give you a little sample so you can experience the glory of the engineering and try to, understand the depth of the sheer sophistication and deep depth of knowledge that it took a battery of engineers, an army of people to build this extravagant extravaganza for the ages of all time by any standards before or since. I know. Anyway, it's 12:20 in the afternoon, and you will have to pay to cross the bridge. You do not ride this ride for free. Going on the Golden Gate Bridge is kind of like going on a ride at Disneyland, you guys, except your own private car or your feet are your own, they're your ride vehicle. So anyway, I love Stop Pay Toll, just the font, the streamlined modernness of it all. And of course, The all-new for 1939 Chevrolet in gunmetal gray, metallic, crossing the bridge. This lady enters the city by boat. And a city it is. Look at that. 1955. This has to be the most beautiful city on the planet. It's absolutely my favorite city to explore. It has so much personality, so much soul, so much depth of character, and the glory of the beauty of it all is spellbinding around every corner and of every vista. And over on the far left there, you see the Coit Tower, built in 1933. Indeed, it was by the WPA. And it is the ultimate place in the city to get the incredible view. I think, actually, you know, I mean, they do let you up there, don't they? I've only actually been there once, and it was like 25 years ago. So I remember more the art. I mean, the Coit Tower is a art gallery of 1933, 34, 35 art. Unbelievable. It is absolutely a must-see. You have not done San Francisco until you have done Coit Tower. Yes, indeed. And I just love, look how it looks like an old European city. I mean, this picture was taken about 1955. And of course, that oil tanker going by. You gotta love that for a little relief to this gorgeous photo. I know. Speaking of relief, plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is to see these three lovely ladies. Oh, these have got to be the ladies who lunch. I mean, the level of finish and done and doneness, you know, done-upness, I should say, is unsurpassed here. Afternoon suits of woolen. And the lady in the middle has a double knit dress in a stripe pattern. The two ladies on the right have like stone martens. A stone marten, you guys, are dead fox bodies, head, tail, and feet and all, just kind of strung together, and you put them around your neck. I mean, it was like a kind of a 40s and 50s thing. I mean, if you saw one now, if you saw someone wearing one now, you'd run screaming. But then it was the style. You guys, I mean, the world changes all the time. Fashion goes in, goes out. I mean, I don't need to tell you that because you know that. But as we all know, that if we saw three lovely ladies walking down the street dressed like this right now, I mean, we would follow them and want to say, excuse me, ladies, by the way, just also have to say gloves too, gloves and hats. You look amazing, ladies. Speaking of the view, San Francisco has views galore by night, by day. And here we are, this lovely lady taking in the view, but we are enjoying the view, but not as much as we were enjoying the 1960 LeSabre by Buick in lucerne green metallic with a white roof, but not any old roof line. No, not on this Buick. No, this is General Motors' iconic patio roof, flat top, or pancake top. Yes, with glass all the way around, including that enormous wraparound rear window for vista vision galore and more. I know. And I also love the styling lines of this car, the wide white wall tires, and of course those 4 Buick hash marks on the front fender. Sitting in the back seat of the car, you will find this lovely lady here. Anyway, I'm like, you know, having a moment here, not only with her, she is fully accessorized, earrings, 2 strands of pearls. She's got her watch on, her bracelet on, her horn rim glasses, hair coiffed over here, wrapped around over there. But I'm busy looking at those garnish finish moldings, aren't you? Of bright metal work, and not to mention to light your way every night in that car is, of course, the glory of the beautiful illumination of the courtesy light there. I know. Oh, you wanted to fly into San Francisco? Fine. San Francisco has a beautiful mid-century modern airport built in the year of 1954. Indeed it is. And there's a car show in the parking lot. You guys, look at the landscaping. It's very like avant-garde. It's very artistic, squares and circles and kind of random. Very, very artistic. And of course, the building, on the building way back there, you can see it says San Francisco International Airport. There it is now. Right through these windows, you get an up-close look at it. And of course, the little boy there getting ready to Well, I guess not crawl out of that window. No, but you probably could. And mother, and is it grandmother there? They're all looking out, not at that DC-7. No, very out of style. Indeed it is. They're looking at the all-new for 1959 707. Two of them. Yeah, 707 by Boeing. Thank you, Boeing, for the 707s. And thank you for ushering in the era of jet age travel. The first passenger jet plane to take off in the United States with a full cabin of passengers was from San Francisco International Airport in 1959. Yep, the jet age began in San Francisco to New York City. I feel sorry for that Constellation airplane sitting back there, because from about 1943 to 1959, that Constellation, and there were 900 of them, that was with 3 tails. That was the most glamorous way to fly, the best, the fastest, and everything else. But then, as soon as the 707s came in, it was, see you later, Constellations, you are out of style. Okay, fine, we're not going out of style right now. We are going in style right now. But, I don't want to say anything negative about the Constellations. I mean, Constellation airplanes, look them up. I've covered them in other slideshows. They are a glory to behold for the ages. But we're not talking about Constellations right now, you guys. We're talking about the Pancake Palace at the San Francisco International Airport. If you want pancakes, no problem. Don't you love that butter and syrup decor? I know. And don't you love that poof in the middle that wants to be a pineapple? We could go on and on and on here. The curtains and everything. Oh, those chairs. I want to sit in one of those chairs and have pancakes with maple syrup surrounded by palm trees. That vase over there. Or do you say vase? I say vase. I just, sometimes for fun, say vase, don't you? Okay, fine, to check into the hotel. The Mission Sarah. There it is right there, built in the year of 1957. It is a total classic mid-century hotel, complete with yuccas, a 64 Oldsmobile 98, plantings around the glass lobby, and of course, high atop that sign is a make-believe mission and a make-believe mission name. But I don't know about you, but I love a glorious motel sign, and especially one with an arrow on it. This one's going old world and new world all at the same time. Oh, you wanted all new world all the time. Oh, with an old world name. Fine. How about the Villa Roma? Yes, it is San Francisco's most elegant motor hotel, built in the year of 1960. So, I know, you guys, I love it so much. Anyway, it's like a motel and a merry-go-round had a baby. Also, we cannot let this slide go by without mentioning that 1960 Plymouth Valiant station wagon. You guys, 1960 Plymouth Valiants and Dodge Lancers, you gotta look them up. They are the most outrageous, the most controversial, the most over the top, the most wildly flaring, all over the place, outer space age style. You can see it from here, that roof line with that C-pillar there, slanted backwards. I know, but we're not talking about the C-pillar right now, beyond the car there in that gorgeous shade of metallic green. I guess this show has a theme of metallic green cars already. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We'll find out. Anyway, behind that tree there and the car, you will find this mural, this mosaic. It was built there when it was new in 1960, and when the hotel was demolished in 1982, some people were crying and they said, we gotta save this glorious scene of old Italy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. It looks like it's kind of a castle in the background. I love the Italian flag. I love the star. The lady on the left, what's that there? I don't know. And then there's a lady in the middle with looks like a bowl of fruit on the top of her head with her hand out, and she's reaching out to the guy there with a bird mask on with like knickers or something. Yeah, knickers. How much do we love anybody who wears knickers? Nobody wears knickers anymore, do they? Anyway, and then the lady on the right there with like a starburst for a face. This mural, mosaic mural, is all over the place. In fact, it is still in place, but not there. You can go see this now at Marinship Park in Sausalito, California. Thankfully, when they bulldozed the motel, the motor hotel, this mural was saved for us to enjoy. Oh, you wanted to stay at Del Webb's townhouse Yes, Del Webb, an iconic developer of so many things. Del Webb is another Googleable. Man, he did a lot. Anyway, here we are. I love the mosaic tile, trimming the porte cochere there. That white rock planter, very mid-century modern. The 64 Plymouth taxi cab there, and a trio of human beings there. One lady in white, flanked by two men dressed in very nice afternoon suitings of black wool, light wool it looks like to me from here, white shirts, and the obligatory thin black tie of the day. And of course, I'm sure you like me have noticed they're all wearing, the men are wearing fezzes because they are there for the Shriner Parade on Market Street. I don't know about you guys, but I love this slide so much. First of all, I love any slide that contains a Shriner. And when you have more than one Shriner, I mean, this is like hitting the jackpot, seeing a parade of them with the gold jackets and everything. Not to mention, I love a gorgeous street scene, a coma musical instruments, the Greyhound bus station, Coca-Cola City News, barbecue Chuck Burgers, and the Shaw Hotel. Yes, we are on Market Street, and here is a scene at night. I love a glorious night scene. I love neon. Neon, 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 neon. Invented by the French about 115 years ago. Anyway, we have so much. The Locker Club is open 24 hours. The Henry Mancini Billboard, the Marinello Beauty School. Again, the Greyhound bus station. I love that arrow. Oh, I love that arrow. And look at the Greyhound there, outlined in neon. Yes! Oh. And Chuck-a-Burger there, barbecue Chuck-a-Burger. I want a burger right now, but I'm busy doing the show. We'll have a burger later. I had one last night. Maybe it's enough for a couple days. Hotel Shaw, all lit up. This is Market Street, you guys. San Francisco's central nervous system, backbone, and Main Street, USA. Market Street may well be the greatest Main Street America ever produced. Really. So, by the way, I don't know why, but my glasses are fogging up. Sorry, give me a second here. Okay, we're fine. Anyway, Market Street, you can see the Oakland Bay Bridge there, over on the far right, by that far-reaching bridge. Over on the upper right there, you see a tower all lit up, and you see it, there it is. This is the 76 Tower, an icon in San Francisco for decades, built in the year of 1953. I don't know about you, but I love that big circle in orange, the turquoise letters, the font, the typeface, that 7, that 6, and the Union 76 there. Actually, you guys, it's a clock tower. Ironically, it's you can barely see the time, but it is a clock tower, and you can see the scale of it versus the building. I mean, this was really big. It stayed there, I think, until about the 80s, and then it had to go bye-bye, which is sad. Maybe it was even the 90s. Yeah, I know. We'll miss it. We always will miss it, because I remember going there in the 80s and seeing this, and like, when I looked at this, I mean, not unlike many others or most others that looked at this, I heard the angels singing. This is Market Street. We're back in the thick of it at night. Look at those street lamps, those trios going up and down, lining the street. I don't know what they do at Fax there, but who knows what they do. Mobile gas, that beautiful, what I call a wedding cake building there with all the fancy work all lit up. And of course, at the end of the street, the icon, the you have arrived, you are here, you have made it, the iconic Terminal Ferry building. Yes, still standing in San Francisco, just as it has been. Well, of course, it's been altered a little bit, but the outside looks pretty much the same there, just as it has since the year of 1898. It did have several years, though, of not being terribly useful, because by the 1950s, the ferry traffic was, the ferry traffic was not so, it wasn't really happening that much, so it just kind of sat there. And everyone's like just hanging on to it. But now it's a marketplace. It's really nice. And we love it. The Terminal Ferry Building of San Francisco. Now inside the Terminal Ferry Building, the flora and fauna of Pacific murals by Miguel Covarrubias. Miguel Covarrubias. Anyway, Covarrubias. They were on display. Okay, you guys, so There were 5 of these murals, and they were on display inside the Terminal Ferry building in the 1960s, at least. They were originally from the Golden Gate Expo, the World's Fair of San Francisco from 1940. And I love this one. These are like houses around the world. They have floated around, but now we have one of them on display at the De Young Museum. I love the Panama Clipper there, and the school kids, of course. And here's the teacher pointing out another one. I love her. She's amazing. So by the way, I meant to say, yeah, there were 5 of these, and all but one exists. One of the murals got lost. So currently they are living at the De Young Museum in San Francisco, as I just said. And I don't know about you, but I definitely want to go to the Young Museum and check them out. And maybe they'll even let you if you ask. Maybe they'll let me if I ask. I don't know. You know what, you guys? If you want something in life, ask for it. Do not be shy. Let people know what you want. I mean, be poised and proper and dignified about it, but you will be surprised what people will want to fulfill for you. Your dream is someone else's command. And I don't mean that in some weird, awkward way. I just mean it. We people love to see other people happy, and we do things to make other people happy. So at the De Young Museum, maybe they'll take you backstage and show you all 5 of the murals. Or is it 4? Anyway, never mind. But I love Little Red Riding Hood's coat there, don't you? The red. Anyway, well, I don't know if she got it at one of these 2 stores. Okay, I better calm down. Those murals sent me into a frenzy because I love to know where, things that kind of get lost for decades wind up and where we can see them. Anyway, we unfortunately cannot see this scene any longer on Market Street in San Francisco. Hartfield spelled out 3 times for you there in cursive, like your great-grandmother's handwriting. Anyway, a beautiful dress shop started in 1953, I believe, in Los Angeles. Learner shops. There were many learner shops across the United States. They started in 1918. By the 1950s and 60s, they were in strip malls and shopping malls all over the United States and Main Street USA's, like this Main Street right here. And by the way, don't you love, the streetcar that's there? Looks like a security guard or a cop or whatever. And the 1955 Plaza by Plymouth. Special order in taxi cab yellow. I know. Okay, this is a broad back scene of Market Street. On the right, California Western. I can't read that here. It's so small on my screen. Sorry. Western State Life Insurance. California Western State Life. I got it. And on your left there, a big smokestack. There's some industry happening there. And, the back, also on the right, the back of the Lowe's Warfield Theater. We love old theaters. And in the middle there, I don't know if you can see it, but I can. I think you can. It says Lily Ann. You guys, so we might as well get it out in the open. Yes, Levi Strauss started in San Francisco, and Levi's is a San Francisco company. I mean, I could have made this show long, but we kind of know what Levi's looks like. So no disrespect implied or intended towards Levi's. I love Levi's. In fact, I'm frankly wearing them right now, down below. You do ever wear them up above? Yeah, Levi jacket, duh. Okay, and a Levi shirt, denim shirt. But anyway, we're not talking about Levi's right now. We're talking about Lily Ann. So Lily Ann is a San Francisco fashion house that started in 1934. Here you see a hand-sewn-in label that says, well, maybe it was by machine, but it says an original Lillian from San Francisco. Lillian started in 1933 by a man called Adolf Schumann for his wife Lillian. And I will tell you, Lillian, as far as American fashion houses for the ages go, the pinnacle peak among them was Lillian of San Francisco. Everything they did, everything Lillian, the label did, Adolf Schulman did, was absolutely completely over the top. Like this very sensible and smart afternoon suit of woolen. Yes, with a pinched waistline, a exaggerated peplum, not to mention a turned back flared cuff with a fan of pearls as a detail over a perfect pencil skirt and a very small but meaningful notched collar. Yes, indeed. And how much do you love this? Black velvet trim takes this afternoon suit into cocktail hour. Yes, it does in every single way. I mean, that trim is running under the arm, over the bosom, around the shawl collar, and down the princess side panels and over a hip line, making this a very slimming and very, very flattering suit. So frankly, I heard from a guy who I knew who worked there like in the 1980s, or maybe it was the 70s, in the very final days of Lillian, that really, I mean, I hate to say this, but I was told this and it stuck with me, so I'm going to share it with you, that Mr. Schumann, the owner, really opened the company so he could meet models. That's what I was told. Anyway, I'm not sure about this model, but she wears a hat of a pillbox cut, shape, and style, and this coat is absolutely otherworldly, double-breasted, full-sleeved, and a giant skirt of quilted, who knows what kind of puffy woolen it is, but it looks very cozy, very chic, diamond quilted. You will not find this. I mean, who's doing this now? I don't know. These are like, they're handmade clothes, you guys. Lillian, look them up. The tour of Market Street continues. I love these two guys crossing the street. That man in that tilted straw hat there. The other guy, the streetcar. There's California Western States Life Insurance Building again. Does it say bowling there on the right? Up above that 58 Plymouth convertible in red parked on the right side of the street. Somebody took this, like, waiting for those guys to cross the street. This is taken from the driver's seat of a car. Paramount Pictures, Paramount Studios, Paramount Theater. Sorry. Paramount Theater, built in 1921. It closed in 1965. Yes, a grand movie palace of the absolute highest order. The last movie they ever played there was Elvis Presley's Girl Happy. And the tour continues. Okay, now we're talking about the greatest theater San Francisco ever built, the year 1929. This is the Grand Fox Theater. 20th Century Fox Theater, yes, 20th Century Fox Studio, more than 4,000 seats. It was one of 5 what they call Super Fox Theaters, the others in Atlanta, Brooklyn, Detroit, and St. Louis. Thankfully, 3 of them are still with us. The Detroit is, I believe St. Louis is. Is Brooklyn still there? Wait, maybe 4 of them are there. Anyway, I act like I know everything, but I don't, you guys. But this one sadly got bulldozed in the year of 1963. This was an album cover. There aren't a lot of photos, but you guys, are you like feeling what I'm feeling? Like you are royalty? This is a palace of the absolute highest order by any palatial standards of any structure, any interior ever built on the planet. Few non-religious buildings were ever, and maybe even religious ones too. I mean, you guys, I know, were as elaborate as this. So, by the way, I love it. It says Everett Norris and Tiny James at the Mighty Wurlitzer. The Mighty Wurlitzer, Oregon. I love Wurlitzer, Oregon music and everything, all that. I will tell you the good news is that when they bulldozed this theater, somehow, I'm not sure when, but the Mighty Wurlitzer that was built in this theater, new, was taken apart in a zillion pieces and taken to Hollywood Boulevard, to the El Capitan Theater, where to this day they will entertain you. Well, maybe not every show, but occasionally at least, they play the Wurlitzer organ at the El Capitan. So if you want to be immersed in the soul and the spirit of live Wurlitzer organ music, there is nothing that compares. It is an experiential extravaganza for the senses, for the soul, for the spirit. I know. We love it, love it. Yes, indeed, the tour of the Fox Theater continues. Okay, it's a little blurry, but my theory with photography is if we love the picture, our eyes will focus it for us. In the lobby is this is the candy counter, you guys. I mean, I love it. They're buying candy because they're all dressed up too. Oh, the little girl in front there in the middle is wearing bobby socks. I love it. The big white bobby socks. Anyway, timeless classic. We might as well get it out in the open. I love the banner. Haley Mills in Parent Trap. I am still like fogging up, you guys. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. I guess that it's a lot. Okay, we're back. Everybody okay? I know. Now I smudge my glasses. Hold on a minute. Parent Trap is one of my favorite movies of all time. I know. Anyway, okay. Parent Trap, but I haven't seen it since I was like 7. The other night I was over at someone's house and they started to show it, but then actually it wound up to that it was time to go. But I'm like looking at this movie going, Parent Trap is a timeless classic and I gotta see it again. Uh-oh, I buried my clicker in my glasses cleaner. Okay, I found it. We're good. Clicker, 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 clicker. Okay, anyway, you guys, the detail inside the Fox Theater, as you saw earlier, was so spectacular. Here is a little detail, very old world, very ornate, very French, very opera house. I know, like you're in Paris, isn't it? I know. Oh, you want old world style and detail? Fine, be that way. Here we are, San Francisco, 1950s, and we see the Panama Pacific International Expo. This is the one remnant from this huge expo that took place there. And here it is now, the Palace of Fine Arts, pictured here in the year of 1957, the year that Simca was brand new, you guys. Don't you love that Simca? I love that one piece of trim, like from the eye, it's like eyeliner, and then the whoosh piece of trim over the rear wheel well, the wide white wall tires. Everything about this car is very sensible. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the 57 Simca, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the Palace of Fine Arts, built in 1915, but by the 1950s, when this was taken, they decided to keep this one piece of the fair, just as an icon for the city, as a reminder of the history, of the soul, of the spirit of it all. But it was kind of made out of paper mache, and you can see it's completely deteriorating there, just around the band of the dome and everything, and other parts too that we probably don't see so well. So they decided to restore it, rebuild it in 1959, where it remains in perfect condition to this day. The scene there at the Palace of Fine Arts continues here. We love a water feature, don't we? On a warm day, you could probably jump in and go swimming if you dared. But anyway, we're not talking about swimming. We're talking about this lovely young lady with lipstick, red lipstick, hair coiffed, combed, curled, and coiffed, and her coat of thick woolen hanging there so confidently because that fabric is so beautifully woven. Not to mention the glory that is of her midi-length pleated skirt of yellow, black, and white plaid. Is there a little red in it too? I don't know, but honey, strike a pose. There's nothing to it. Oh, you wanted classical? Fine, be that way. We're in the classical mode of San Francisco. San Francisco has so many modes, but there's so many, I don't know. San Francisco has a fancy element about it. A fancy element. Fancy. It's a fancy town. It's a dressy town. It's an opulent town. And their city hall says it all. If nothing defines the opulence of San Francisco, it's this. Yes, here we are, built in the year of 1915. It must be Flag Day, which is fine with me because I love flags. So by the way, the dome is actually taller than the United States Capitol dome by some 42 feet. I know. And by the way, legendary icons, baseball icon Joe DiMaggio married the most iconic movie star of all time, Marilyn Monroe, here in the year of 1954. This is it looks like late 1940s. That is a 1947 DeSoto taxi cab. I don't know about you, but I always love to see a taxi cab in an old slide. And this one does not disappoint at all. Those big square chromy blinkers, 2 headlights, just everything about that big kind of roundy, bubular form of it all and everything, driving down the street, yellow painted wheels to match, that big red seal with a price of $1.35. That's a lot for 1947. And I don't know where she's going, but I know where we're going. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the California Centennial Birthday Cake in the Civic Center of San Francisco in the year of 1950. A single pennant flag flies above. Oh, no, that's on the tower behind it. Never mind. I thought it was on the cake. Oh, wait, that is on the cake, that little tower there. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, it's like, pictures. We can't exactly jump in the picture and walk around it. Sometimes they're a little deceiving. But what is not deceiving is our love, total devotion, and forever admiration of all those like blow mold Christmas candles Where do we begin to behold the glory? Not to mention, down at the bottom, you guys, ring around the wagon train. I mean, this is, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'd walk around, look at that wagon train, and then wait until sundown to bask in the glory of the glow of the warm, rich light that comes through that modern plastic. I know. You want Glamorama? Fine, be that way. We're going to do Glamorama a la 1926. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the legendary, landmark, iconic Mark Hopkins Hotel. Yes, high above Nob Hill, high atop Nob Hill. Some call it Snob Hill, but anyway. It was named after a railroad tycoon, you guys. Look, there's a cable car going by. There's 2 taxi cabs pulling in, one going down the hill there. Up above, way up there, is a look. I bet somebody lived. I bet the railroad tycoon lived up there where those 3 windows are and the roof line. And right below that, that band of glass, you will find this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the top of the Mark, an iconic cocktail lounge in San Francisco since the year. Well, it looks like they're serving dinner there too. I think it opened in 1939. Yes, and this illustration clearly is from the late 1950s when, I don't know, the lady in the right over there at the bar. First of all, I love the bar is pink, the stools are red. I love pink and red together, don't you? She's wearing red to match the stools she's sitting on. Then we got 2 people there on the right looking at, I'm not sure what, but I'm looking at the 2 people right up front, both clasping their hands like this. What's going on with them? I don't know. But anyway, there's a couple waiters there. Oh, there's a waiter serving drinks. Oh, they're ignoring him. The 2 hand claspers, they're ignoring the waiter. Anyway, the view, of course, and the crowning touch. Well, the view is the crowning touch, but the centerpiece of the room, the people dancing on the dance floor, an idyllic setting of, cocktail hour and dinner time, high above Nob Hill in the beauteous, glorious wonderland of San Francisco land. This is actually more what it really looked like, you guys. There you can barely see back there on the left. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge. I love the Art Deco buildings and, of course, the view of Sausalito across the Golden Gate Bay. Is that what they call it? The Golden Gate Bay? But anyway, I love the lady on the left there with her hand on her, you can tell she is like, she's ready to paint that town, isn't she? I know. And whoever took it obviously was a little tipsy already in the afternoon. I know. Across the street on California and Mason there, you will find this. This is the iconic, legendary landmark Fairmont Hotel. Yes, indeed it is, you guys. How much do we love the Fairmont Hotel? Where do we begin? The year is 1956, and I can tell that because the newest cab there is 1956, the one in the middle with a pointy fender. And I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the most glamorous places in all of San Francisco land to this day. And it's the first place Tony Bennett ever sang. It happened to be in the year of 1962. I left my heart in San Francisco, above the blue and windy sea, when I come home to you. Yeah, you know that song. San Francisco, the golden sun will shine on me. I love Tony Bennett. I love that song so much. 1962, Tony Bennett, I left my heart in San Francisco. This is 1957, the song hadn't been sung yet. Right out front there, showing off that canvas porte cochere, imprinted with the words, the Fairmont, in case you forget where you are, to light your way, that dimly lit lantern up there. And I'm not sure what studio brought in the lighting here, but this is clearly a lit stage set of opulence, fashion, and that beauteous, glorious 1957 Fleetwood 60 Special by Cadillac. Yes, in aqua, turquoise. Doesn't get any better than this, you guys. Look at with the red centers of the wheel covers. I mean, this is like color and glory and style and everything all coming together in a glorious package for your enjoyment, your luxuriousness, your luxury, and mine. I know. And then you can see on the lower right there, at the front fender there and the hood of a peach version of I'm Sure. The same car inside. You will find Glamourama abounds in every realm of every detail here. Glory be those that get to experience the opulence of this lobby, the place of political gatherings, presidential visits, and glittering balls. Glittering balls. Let's not get personal. Anyway, I know. Look at this. I mean, we could go on and on and on. The people on the staircase over there, the lady right down front with her mink stole, a ranch mink stole. And of course, the guy sitting over there on the right in his cocoa suit, all sunken down in that seat. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but over on the right side of the lobby, you want some flowers, fine. Podesta and Balducci. Yes, flowers, flowers, flowers. In fact, they promoted themselves as America's most famous flower store. San Francisco is very, very flowery, you guys. And how much do you love the carpet? I know. And the lady in the green dress. Ladies in green dresses. I think that's going to be a theme as well. Anyway, also, you guys, at the Fairmont Hotel, there was a variety of lounges and bars and restaurants, and we're going to take a little tour of them right now. The merry-go-round bar. Yes, it goes round and round and round. If this bar were still there, I'd be there right now. So would we all be there right now. Because I don't know about you, but I want to go round and round and round in a cocktail bar. I mean, again, it's like a ride in a theme park. It's like theme park design overlaid inside a hotel in a cocktail lounge. I love the swaggy straps hanging around you there. The murals, we don't see them in great detail, but we get the vibe of them and we find them absolutely precious and wanting to see more. The maitre d' there standing in his navy suit. And of course, the waiter in that Kelly green jacket. Kelly green. Green seems to be the color here. I know. And then the lady over on the far right there, her fur is draping over the edge of her little merry-go-round car. And the tour continues. You want to dance? You want to hear the sounds of musical stylings of a big band? Fine, be that way. Listen to that trumpeter. Listen to that saxophone. I can hear the rhythm of the music now. I can see it. I can feel it. And those two right up front. There's that lady in the green dress again. Anyway, and I love the lady on the lower left there. She's wearing a big brimmed hat and a suit of gray, probably a Lillian suit, because the back is a contrast wool to the sleeve. Anyway, I love the details. I love the details. But anyway, what I was going to say what was I going to say? Oh, well, there's zebras. That's not what I was going to say, but I'm going to point out the zebras there. They are sculptures. There's two of them there. And I don't know about you, but that gold and red color scheme, absolutely beautiful. And then the crowning touch of the room, of course, is that canopy. Also matching the scalloped edge. Very elegant. Very elegant. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Don't wear a hat like that inside of a cocktail lounge unless you want to be in the dark. Anyway, you hungry? Fine. Let's dinner. Let's have dinner. The Papagayo's restaurant inside. You guys, okay, this is kind of crazy. So this guy right there, Al Williams, in that turquoise, or do you call it teal, suit, he has a cockatoo in his hand. There are birds. There's a parrot behind him on a stand. This is what would happen if this is what happened when a restaurant and an aviary had a baby. Apparently, Al Williams was obsessed with being a restaurateur and obsessed with parrots and birds, like that cockatoo. And so he opened a restaurant of birds. And here it is. You are dining there. I have no idea what the people are eating. I don't know if they're going to share it with a bird or not. But I love the way the waitress is dressed and the decor there. Looks like there's a cactus over in the corner. What theme is this? There's plants growing up the wall. Whatever it is, I'm in. I love it. And in case you have an extra large handbag, ladies, I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you snuck these salt and pepper shakers to go home with you. Yes, Papagayo Room, Al Williams, salt and pepper shakers are, of course, today prize collectibles. I don't know about you, but I would love to see those two parrots looking at me on my breakfast, lunch, or dinner table, wouldn't you? Oh, fine. You wanted some tropical? We're going tropical. We're going full tilt exotica. We're taking it into the Tonga Room. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Tonga Room has evolved and become one of San Francisco's ultimate tourist destinations. It has been there since at least about 1947. It is in the Fairmont. We are still inside the Fairmont Hotel. The other places that you're seeing don't really exist anymore. I mean, the birds, of course, they all flew the coop. Actually, some of them could still be alive because birds live like 100 years. Those birds do. Anyway, this is inside the legendary landmark Tiki experiential extravaganza, one of the greatest ever in the history of the known universe, and still there, even more elaborate and more over the top now than you see it here. But at the centerpiece of this iconic bar is the crowning touch, and really what makes it completely unique and virtually the ultimate Tiki restaurant bar experience today in the United States is that swimming pool, which was the original swimming pool in the hotel from the 1920s. In the 1940s, they turned it into a ocean liner themed deck with a pool in the middle of the bar. And then they turned it, little by little, they turned it into a Tiki theme. And of course, the band floats out on that little barge. I don't know why they have it tethered there. It's not going to go very far. And look, those two people right up front here are looking at it like, are we in a dream? What's going on here? We're in a restaurant. This has to be the only restaurant that I know of. I mean, who knows? In this wide world of ours, there probably is another restaurant with a swimming pool in the middle of it. But in the United States, there isn't one left. There's no restaurant with a swimming pool in the middle. However, you are not permitted to swim in this swimming pool, but it really is a swimming pool. All you can do is admire it while you're eating your poo-poo platter and having your Mai Tais and your zombies and your other glorious Tiki drinks. And anyway, we could go on, but we got to talk about Tiki Bob's, another icon of San Francisco. And really at the end of the day, well, okay, I better start here. Tiki Bob started in 1955. And what's significant about Tiki Bob himself, him right there on the front of this Polynesian chow and grog. I love it. I love the words chow and grog together behind the word Polynesian, don't you? I just love chow and grog. I mean, even without Polynesian, I love Polynesian without chow and grog. But together, it's an extravaganza. So anyway, what I was going to say is that he, of all the Tiki mug motifs that happen to live in the realm of the known universe, he truly is the ultimate icon of all Tiki mugs. He seems to be the superstar of them all. He has been copied, he's been interpreted. I've almost said interpretated. Well, I like interpretated better than interpreted. Oh my God, I'm losing it. I don't even know the word. Oh my God, I'm gonna say interpreted. Interpreted, new word alert. You guys, it is not illegal to make words up. It is not illegal. It's part of the way we as humans evolve. Usually we shorten words, but some words need another syllable. Interpreted. Okay, never mind. We're going inside. This is a rare postcard view of the inside of the original Tiki Bob's from 1955. And while you just savor it upside down, inside out, this wall, that wall, the floor, the ceiling, the chairs, the tables, the lighting fixtures, the plantings, the other details, just the style of the furniture, the plates, the tablecloth, the little lampshades, the top of cloth lampshades, green, Kelly green napkins, that plant there, the seashells on the wall, that velvet painting over there, and of course, the hanging float in a net that lights up. This is all so many kinds of yes. But I will tell you, out of all of the Tiki bars and both restaurants, most of them aren't restaurants, Tiki bars that I've been into and home Tiki bars, I will tell you the one thing about this room that really sets it apart is I've never seen anybody use purple. Purple Tiki bars, we are ready for you. Now the good news is the exterior of outside, you walk outside this door in 1955 and you are going to see Tiki Bob himself there. I mean, he is actually holding up the building. This was not 1955. This was 2 weeks ago when, long story, I'm not going to go into it, but I was up north. I actually had to just race through San Francisco. I had not one moment even to get out of the car, but one thing that I absolutely had to, because I was anticipating doing the show. Anyway, a long story why I couldn't get out of the car. But anyway, oh my God, stories in life. Life is so crazy. But anyway, well, I was in a hurry. I wish I wasn't, but I was, because sometimes you are just in a hurry in life because you got things to do, places to go and people to meet. Anyway, and shows to do. So what I was going to say was he is still there. Tiki Bob is in place in San Francisco. It has long not been Tiki Bob's, but he himself is still there exactly as he was in 1955 still. And I want to say thank you to several people that I know of. Heather David, I'm 90% sure Martin Kate was involved, Smuggler's Cove. Heather David is a fantastic historian, and you can find her on Instagram. And Martin Kate is of Smuggler's Cove, one of the great tiki bars in San Francisco currently. Anyway, and I think other places as well. But now you can see it's called Honey, 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 Honey. So yes, have a moment for Tiki Bob. You cannot go to San Francisco without paying homage to Tiki Bob. There's a photo op there waiting to happen. So anyway, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, where do we begin to behold the glory of right down the street from Tiki Bob's back in the day was this. I don't know about you, but I love a good log cabin. I love a good billboard, and I love when a good billboard is on top of a good log cabin. I love log cabins because sometimes I just want to feel like Abraham Lincoln, and I love a good billboard because I love to be informed, advertised to, and catered to. And there it is, San Francisco spelled out, and gift shop in Kelly Green. The word souvenir is arresting in its kind of old, kind of West meets Circus font. That giant S really draws you in, puts you there, makes you read the word, takes your eye right across the street to that giant cutout of the front of a cable car. Yeah, we're talking about cable cars right now. Anyway, this is long gone, I'm sorry to say, but the cable cars are still there. Ironically, this shot was taken, that sign up there in red with the white lettering on the far upper left. It says Tonga, the Fairmont Tonga Room. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to circle back to the Tonga Room. It is still there, and you have not done San Francisco until you dine and drink and dance on the ceiling at the Tonga Room. It is a, unforgettable experience. But speaking of unforgettable, so are the dramatic sweeping space-age lines of the all-new for 1960 Starliner by Ford in the gorgeous Wimbledon white, they called it. Following that is the 1960 Plaza by Plymouth in special taxi cab, gold, yellow, whatever you want to call it, back there. And here I recognize that front fender of this taxi cab there as a 1959 Plymouth. And of course, we're not talking about the cars anymore because we have to talk about the almighty other icon of San Francisco, and that would be the cable car. Yes, the cable car started... Wait, you guys, shall we just have a moment right now while you appreciate that close-up? Because the cable cars are ready for their close-up. I think I need to have a drink. Maybe you do too. Here we go. Ah. I remember when I was a little kid, my grandmother, not after every bite, but she was so... I had a town grandmother and a country grandmother. My town grandmother could not have been more poised and proper and dignified. And she would put her forefinger in her hanky like this and go like that. I mean, it's like, who does that? I know, it's just like, maybe I should start doing it. There. Anyway, we learn from each other, especially our parents and our grandparents. Anyway, so you guys, okay, cable cars. Yes, we are celebrating 150 years of the great San Francisco cable car. At one time, there were 600 of these. Currently, there are just 40 of them, but we're happy with the 40. We'll take the 40, and we will behold the glory of the 40 of them. And I love the style, the design, very form follows function. San Francisco would not be San Francisco without them. I love this one passing by the Milton F. Price Fountain Restaurant, Cosmetics Boutique, and Gift Shop. there in San Francisco. I love that signage, don't you? But anyway, we're not talking about the bus back there. We're not talking about the 55 Plymouth taxi cab that says power on the back of it. We're talking about the cable car. I love the little bump up roof on the roof, you guys, there. It's all glass. It lets, of course, keeps the rain out, but lets the light in. How genius is that? That little kind of peekaboo there across the front. And of course, it tells you the route that it's going there on the front. The single headlight. You know, I never thought about it until today when I was really taking a close look at these cable cars, you guys. Like cars that we drive could literally have been born, and we could have gone through, 120 years worth of headlights on cars with just one headlight. Can you imagine cars with just one headlight? I know, it could have happened. You just don't know what could have been, what could be, what will be, what has been. Well, we know kind of what has been, but it could have been. It could have been. Anyway, it could have been. But we're not talking about what could have been right now. We're talking about these cable cars are made primarily of oak, canvas, Alaskan spruce, brass, and steel, and each one weighs about 15,000 pounds. I know. And that guy standing there is like, I'm riding a cable car right now. It's dangerous. I better hang on for dear life. I know. I came upon this stash of old slides of the Cable Car Festival. It says, does it say once a year, every year? Not anymore. No, this does not happen anymore, but I wish that it did. I don't know about you, but I love to see a cable car in any form. By the way, the Cable Car Museum, you guys, is absolutely another one of the places in San Francisco. You gotta go to the Cable Car Museum. I mean, I'll just let you discover it. We don't have time right now because we gotta talk about the fake swags. That looks like draped, but it's like painted. Genius. Spirit of San Francisco along the side. People dressed up like it's 1915 in there. It looks like to me, all those people lining the streets to see it. That stoplight, the Chancellor Hotel, those lanterns up there on the corner of the streetcar. Whoa! I know. This one's sponsored by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. I love the little pagoda detailings there up on the top. How about shocking pink foil? I know. I love lanterns. I love Chinese lanterns so much. Chinese lanterns and more foil. And the Chinese characters there on pink polka dots. And of course, there it says, sponsored by the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce. The people waiting around, I guess they're going to take a ride. Here's another one that looks like something about the dragon, it says on the side. And a lady and a gentleman are hanging there, all dressed up, ready to rock and roll. And I don't know about you, but I love, again, more pink foil. This time we have ovals with the Chinese characters in them. I don't know what they say. But, well, they're too blurry to even see anyway, even if I did. But I love the tassels, multicolored tassels hanging there all along the length of the cable car. And of course, I know it's a little out of focus, but as I said earlier, if a photo is fantastic, if it's a great photo, our eyes will focus it for us. This is all amateur. I mean, virtually 95% of what you're seeing here is amateur photography, you guys. So anyway, the dragon on the front there is like, he is ready to tell you some things and breathe some fire. United Airlines too. Mainline Airway. I love that. The tour continues in front of the St. Francis Hotel, you guys. This has got to be the Tiki version for all of the exotic leaves and flowers, birds of paradise, the anthuriums, set in sprays there. That looks like kind of a little swag of two lays there right in front in orange. Or do you say orange? Sometimes I just say orange just for fun. Orange. I know. You can say it if you want. Let's say it. 1, 2, 3 together. 1, 2, 3. Orange. I know. If you start saying, like, if you go somewhere and, like, say, oh, look at that orange, whatever it is, people are going to go, like, what is going on with you? Just have fun. You have to have fun in life, you guys. You have to make your own fun. Sometimes you have to be the fun. Bring the fun. You can do it. We love it. Speaking of fun, I don't know about you, but pennants to me are always happy fun. I love them. The red, white, and blue, the flags there, the swags again of, I'm not sure what kind of blossoms those are, but apparently they got them at the Lay Shop. North Beach merchants and boosters, the people gathered around, the tour continues. Oh, now we are no longer in cable car festival mode. No, we're riding a cable car by Bernstein's Fish Grotto, you guys. When I first started collecting postcards, before I started collecting slides, this was one of the first postcards I bought because I just thought to myself, I need to stare at this a lot because I really like this bow of an old ship that never sailed, coming out of the front of a restaurant. I mean, this is themed environmental extravaganzical design, you guys. And it says shore luncheons there, famous. I wish I could read it, but darn it, I can't because it's like this big on my screen. But anyway, for 74 years, from 1907 to 1981, the faithful reproduction of the Christopher Columbus Nina ship or whatever. Yeah, that's what this is. And look at that. Oh, by the way, the mermaidy there up there. Yeah, the mermaid up on the bow right there. I think she's still somewhere in San Francisco. And I wish that I could have had the time to go look for her. But I think it would be fun to find out the mystery of what happened to her. It's fun to kind of put the puzzle pieces. What happens to this stuff? Here is the matchbook artwork, you guys. And how much do we love matchbook artwork? Yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Yes. Our famous cuckoo clams, you guys. First of all, meet the big four. Mr. Lobster, Mr. Crab, Mr. Clam, Mr. Oyster. Whoa! They were famous for their cuckoo clams. I didn't know cuckoo was a bay. They are served steamed, barbecued, or bordelaise. How often do you say bordelaise? I know. Or on the half shell. Yes, they are. And of course, maybe you want something on the side of your clams, bordelaise, barbecued, or whatever else they were. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Rice-a-roni! I loved rice-a-roni as a child so much. I had to beg my mother to make it, but my Aunt Maddie used to make it when we went over to visit, and it was like, I could smell it in the kitchen. I was like, oh yeah, I smell the rice-a-roni. So rice-a-roni is a package side dish item that you buy in the store. And anyway, it was advertised on cable cars forever in San Francisco. It started in 1958. It came from an Italian restaurant, and it's bits of rice. I mean, it's rice and bits of macaroni with like chicken bouillon, and you like cook it with or without meat or whatever. And it's really, well, it's salty deliciousness, savory deliciousness. And anyway, I just loved the theme song as a child. I mean, it was always a memorable commercial, a memorable moment when you were watching TV and all of a sudden you did hear rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. Oh, one of the best one-line jingles ever in the history of television advertising, you guys. And of course, right there, you see Woolworths in the background. Woolworths 5 and dime, what the 99-cent store, the dollar store is to our world now. Woolworths 5 and dime was to the world starting in Utica, New York in 1979. It went out of business, I think, late 80s, early 90s. But anyway, here we are at the end of the cable car line, one of them at least, and you have the ultimate merry-go-round without a merry-go-round on top of it. Yes, this is the turntable, you guys. But in the background, I love the storefronts. We have, it says ooze, that must mean shoes. We've got Zucker's, that was a dress shop. Diamond Palace Jewelers, Manning's Coffee Shop, and it looks like Bert's something. Anyway, yeah, it's a little blurry, but who cares? Anyway, and the conductor, or whatever they call him, the cable car conductor guy, is like, I guess he's looking to see if everything is in perfect place there, because here comes the cable car, and we're going to turn it around. This is an iconic shot of San Francisco, one of the most photographed moments of anything that ever happens in San Francisco, and this happens to this day. The cable car comes down to the end of the line, and yes, they turn it around on that turntable, and the conductor guy, or one of the guys, leaps off like a superhero, leaps off the cable car and pulls that thing around by hand. I know. And anyway, it always is a moment. You cannot forget it. And of course, I love the background here, everything about it, all the people. That guy there with his camera bag, or is that a man bag? A man bag, not berg. What am I? I've lost my mind. I'm misspeaking words now. Okay, I better have another drink of water. Oh, thank you. Anyway, San Francisco is a very flowery city, of course, and here you have a little flower stand, you guys, and I love the fact that back in the day, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the flower stands were shaped like cable cars. You can kind of see it's cable car-ish there. And apparently that lady in the blue floral skirt and the afternoon coat is not interested in this little spring coat there, is not interested in any flowers today. But this lady is in her flared superhero cape of what looks like, I hate to say it, but I think it might be unborn lamb or sheared monkey. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. But anyway, it does catch the light nicely. You will have to admit. She's gloved in a black leather and skirted in a very beautiful red fabric of I'm not sure which fiber or weave. But anyway, she's also got a hat on and she's getting a corsage pinned on. And I know, I just love all the flowers. Of course you do too. But anyway, maybe she's on her way here to the Starlight Roof Cocktail Lounge at the Sir Francis Drake Hotel, the hotel built in 28. This lounge definitely is 1950s. And I don't know about you, but I do love a red carpet in any room. Why do we not carpet our homes in red? I mean, it looks great, and not champagne, red. And you guys, I don't know about you, but the red and white stripes to me are everything in the world. They are happy, they are buoyant, they are energetic, they are energized, and they are talking to you. Not to mention the fact, you guys, the Venetian blinds there, the canvas strap is also red canvas. The details, you guys, it's the little things. Anyway, they advertise the Starlight Roof as between the stars and the cable cars. Yes, the Sir Francis Drake Hotel, there you see it on the upper left. Up at the top there, you see that band of glass. We were just looking through that. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what you know already. This is San Francisco's town square, also known as, very well known as, Union Square, San Francisco, laid out in the year of 1950. And yes, the St. Francis Hotel was built in I better hold on. I'm getting the Sir Francis Drake Hotel, which is the band of glass up there, in that kind of warm, light sweet potato color, I'm going to call it. Why not? Because I can, and I will. Anyway, it was built in 28. Now, on the left there, you see the legendary St. Francis Hotel. We just saw it a minute ago. There was the exotic floral cable car pulled up in front of it. Anyway, beautiful St. Francis Hotel built in 1904. And it withstood the 1906 earthquake. No problem. Also, here in Town Square, you will see there, it is an underground parking lot. I believe the underground parking was put in 1940. Very modern. And of course, the formal garden. As a centerpiece, look right in the middle. You will see that big column on top. You will see, well, we're going to get to her in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about the Hotel Plaza neon sign there. Fly British Overseas Airlines Company. Their billboard. I almost said billboard. Well, I did say it. Never mind. Billboard. And, of course, on your right, Fly the Finest. Fly TWA. I love the typeface. Fly and Finest. Those F's backwards like that. I just love a backwards F. Don't you? Anyway, never mind. Don't you love, that's a constellation up there, you guys. So this picture clearly is pre-1959. Yeah, the airplane with three tails, the constellation, we saw one getting put out to pasture there at San Francisco, SFO airport there earlier in the show. But we're not talking about any of that right now. We're talking about the centerpiece and the crowning touch of Union Square is this. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is, well, actually, I'm not sure her name. But she is the Dewey Monument, built in the year of 1903, a war monument. I don't talk much ever, if ever at all, about war, because I'm much more about celebrating peacetime and happy things and happy, snappy places of style and design and essence and glory and glow, you know? Yeah. So anyway, but look at her. 1903, she's very free-spirited. She's got a wreath in one hand and a pitchfork in the other. I'm not sure if what she's doing, but anyway, we like her very much. And I don't know, I just kind of looking at her earlier and I thought, you know, whoever she is, they should write a script about her and Uma Thurman could play her. I know. Speaking of Uma Thurman, I'd like to see Uma Thurman. Well, that is kind of Uma Thurman on the right there in the black suit with a 3/4 sleeve and a high. Gloves. I don't know if you guys have noticed all the gloves being worn. As I said earlier, San Francisco is a proper, sophisticated town. In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, you did not appear on the street, go out of your door, ladies, without gloves. So here you have proof of that. I mean, and we have and we still will, because I know what's coming up. Anyway, the black suit, the black gloves, the black suit on the man with, again, the white shirt and the black tie. I mean, couldn't get more classic. It'll take you uptown, it'll take you downtown, and in the middle, a dress of a gray, who knows, it's kind of a woolen, it looks like. Yes, she has her gloves on, her hat's in her hand. She's got an oversized Peter Pan collar of white with a big black bow tie tucked in under it, and, a white coat over her arm. Very big city sophisticate. Yes, and from the Sir Francis Drake Hotel, from the Starlight Roof, later we look down here, well, right now we're looking down on the crowning touch of Union Square, and that is the bank of buildings here on the south side, Magnin, Macy's. Down there, you can see on the lower left there, it says Blum's. They had spinach ice cream, you guys. It was an ice cream parlor and little sandwich shop. I wish there were more photos of Blum's. Look up Blum's, you guys. A very special place. Very afternoon kind of a place. Spinach ice cream was a specialty. Anyway, the Magnin store there, you guys, was built in 1948. Magnin was a very, very upscale department store here in California. The first ever was in San Francisco in the year of 1876. And by any standards before or since, it was a very dazzling store. The facade there that you see, the big white building on the left is what we're talking about, was very plain, very form follows function, very mid-century modern. But the Mr. Magnin, or maybe it was his son or whatever, whoever built it, it would have had to have been 1876. But anyway, one of the Magnins, whoever decided how it was going to be built, said, I don't want any ledges. The windows all have to be flush, because he did not want people to look out and see pigeons, like roosting or whatever. So anyway, just a little trivia for you there. Speaking of trivia, here is the building up close and personal. You can see it there on your right. No ledges. Very, very form follows function. The streetcars there, the taxi cab, the parking, Union Square garage, it says, Chevron, gasoline, I think it says that. Anyway, but across the street, from Magnin, you will find the City of Paris department store, built in 1896. This is the awning of it, just so you know it's there, just so you know what an awning looks like in 1955, striped with the words on it, so you know when you've arrived. Duck in, and you are going to find a very glamorama world inside. Oh yeah, that's the St. Francis Hotel there, and yes, it's Christmas time, and yes, that's a 55 Lincoln catching the light, turning the corner. The epitome of modern motoring in 1955, indeed. But here we are inside of the legendary landmark City of Paris department store, looking down. And the middle of the store always had a giant Christmas tree at Christmas. The miracle is, but wait, before we get to the miracle. Miracle, it's all a miracle, you guys. I love this. You never see department stores photographed inside in the mid-century era. It's just the rarest thing in the world, because nobody took cameras inside department stores and took pictures. So I will tell you, this is a real treat, just to savor everything on the counter, the lighting of the counters, the lighting of the cases. I wish we could see everything in detail, but we can kind of imagine that column there, very fanciful. The people standing there, that lady in a white hat looking down at whatever, I don't know, the other lady is being waited on over there. I'm just basking in the glory of the glow of it all, but not as much as I'm basking in the glory of the glow of it all of this. Yes, this is the iconic rotunda, built there originally when the City of Paris department store was built in 1896. Again, somehow, miraculously, it withstood the earthquake. I'm not sure this did, but the roof of the whole building did. But anyway, this miraculously is still there, because I will tell you that Neiman Marcus moved into the building. Basically, they gutted the whole building, and this was in, I forgot when they moved in, sorry. But anyway, I know what I was going to say. City of Paris closed in 1972. So I'm not sure when Neiman Marcus moved in, but sometimes after, probably just a few years later. But anyway, they gutted the whole building or whatever, but they did save the incredible stained glass ceiling, and it's still there, and you can go there right now in Neiman's and look up and you will see that glass. So thank you, Neiman Marcus. Anyway, not fancy enough for you, not exclusive enough for you, fine. Why don't you find yourself on the chicest little side street in the United States? This is Maiden Lane in San Francisco, ladies and gentlemen. On one side of the street, you see a sign for Britex Fabric. Britex Fabric is the greatest fabric store in the United States, perhaps the greatest fabric store in the known world. It is still there to this day. Britex Fabrics. It's worth a trip to San Francisco just to buy fabric and sewing notions and other things that you need to construct clothing at Britex. But we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about those sprays of flowers there. It looks like a little May Day chic on Maiden Lane there with those bouquets of flowers tied to the poles there. But we are talking about the Morris gift shop, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is now. This is 1948. It is the only Frank Lloyd Wright building in the United States and San Francisco. And I will also tell you that it is among the architectural historians in the world, especially those that are really into Frank Lloyd Wright, which who wouldn't be, because everyone is, and rightfully so. I will tell you that it is thought to be among the most precious of all retail buildings, retail shops in the world. So yes, of course, that giant arch, you can see those are glass. Those yellow blocks are actually glass blocks. They light up. And you can see on the left there, that little square thing, the little red tile is Frank Lloyd Wright's little signature tile that he puts on his buildings. And a lady there in her spring coat of butter yellow and a chiffon scarf over her head. Yes, it must be spring because she is dressed up in Easter colors. But we're going inside. Inside that door, you see this glass entrance hall, entrance tunnel. It is known as, I'm not sure who called it this, maybe it was Frank Lloyd Wright, the mousetrap, but this light pulls you in from the outside. Once you get inside, you see an exquisite, these are pictures taken in the 1950s inside of the Morris gift shop. Exquisite things, look at those candlesticks! How high are they? They literally look like they're 40 inches tall. And you want a big brass plate? Fine, they've got you covered. And the glass in the middle on that glorious half-round mirrored table. The world needs more mirrored tables. Mirror your tables. New trend, mirrored tables, whether they're half circles or not. The terrariums there are those orbs of glass. I know, it's like just all so beautiful. Is that a little cowhide? Is that a little cowhide stool there on the lower right? Anyway, I don't know, but the semicircularness is happening around us, and you can kind of barely see some plants hanging down there on the top in the middle. And what you are seeing is the beginning of a ramp that goes all the way around up to the second floor. And the Frank Lloyd Wright historians note that this Morris gift shop in San Francisco, which still stands, though I'm not sure what you have to do to get into it now, but it is still intact inside. Anyway, it was the prototype for the Guggenheim in New York City, the Guggenheim Museum. But we're not talking about San Francisco right now. We are talking about, New York. We're talking about San Francisco for sure, because this is San Franciscoland. Yes, you are watching San Franciscoland, in case you are just now joining us. Anyway, the world's largest Chinatown. There is no such thing as a trip to San Francisco without a trip to San Francisco's Chinatown. Where do we begin to behold the glory? Anyway, on your right, it says vote for. I'm not sure what mayor that is on the upper right, that man's picture there. We got two guys posing there in the middle like, hey, what's going on here? Are you taking our picture? And a delivery truck or whatever. The whole scene. This is a scene you could go deep into. This is a scene that you wish you could just step right into. The swag of lanterns hanging across the street speaks to me. And of course, you can see the banner there is hung from the lanterns there. I live for the lanterns. By the way, there you see one of the lanterns close up. But before we get to that kind of pagoda roof line, that is the top of a very old, well, there's so many very old things in San Francisco compared to LA at least. But anyway, I think it was probably built in about 1920. It was a big giant store of goods, probably all Chinese goods, and mostly for the tourist trade, I'm sure. On your left there, does that say Chinese Lily? What does that say? Sorry, again, I should know. Art and jewelry, novelties, and on the right it says chop suey. And right in the middle, there's a blade sign that says Lamps of China. Yeah, take a look at that street lamp. These are absolutely, in no uncertain terms, my favorite street lamp ever of all street lamps of all time ever. And basically they are from 1925, so we have 97 years of beholding the glory. Humanity has 97 years of beholding the glory of these street lamps. They were put there for the Diamond Jubilee Festival, celebrating the 75th anniversary of California statehood. Originally, there were 43 of them. They are called dragon street lamps. The dragon symbolizes good luck, good fortune, and longevity. And most of them were made in, well, no, they were made in China, and they saved the molds, and I'm not sure when, sometimes in the 50s, they had to make some new ones, or maybe it was later. Anyway, but you can kind of tell, well, maybe you can't tell the new ones from the old ones. But anyway, then later on, they went and made a whole bunch of new ones, but you can tell the new ones versus the old ones. So look at the dragon wrapped around there, holding it up, the bells, the pagoda. I mean, the topping, the little detail there on the actual lens. And of course, at the top there, the gold is all little maple leaves and everything. I mean, we could be here all day talking about this. My favorite color scheme, of course, is like, well, I call it Chinese red, that warm red and that gorgeous green turquoise together. The colors of 3D. Oh, I know. And bells. Bells. Here is Chinatown at night. On the left, the Buddha bar, a neon martini glass. Oh, always a thrill to see. Rare today. There are a few that still exist. It would be interesting to take an inventory of martini glasses, the neon martini glasses that still exist. The Chop Suey Cafe there on your going back into this rainy night scene. Looks like 1957 because that looks like a 57 Chevy parked there. And of course, the art company there on the right, and in the middle, kind of middle there, you see the Lipo Lounge from 1937 and the neon street lamp. That is actually the sign on the building. Miraculously, it is still there. And I will tell you that it is absolutely a must experience. I wish we could talk about it longer. The Lipo Lounge, or Lipo Lounge, in San Francisco, the arrow pointing you in. You haven't done San Francisco until you've had a drink at the Lipo Lounge. But don't have too much because you will not be able to find your way down the crookedest street in the entire universe. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the legendary landmark, one of the other ultimate attractions of San Francisco, Lombard Street, the crookedest street in the world. 8 hairpin curves. Uh-oh, I think there's somebody at my door. 8 hairpin curves. And by the way, I guess we might as well get it out in the open. This gives Wild Ride a whole new meaning. Yes, winding road, slow to 5 miles per hour. And please do not throw trash out your window because that would be completely unacceptable, unsavory, and very, very, very bad behavior. Yes, indeed. Here it is now. Yes, I don't know if you can even still drive down the street or if they have it gated off. I mean, I need to know. But I mean, I've driven down it several times, haven't you? I know. And you do not forget driving down the street. There's also another street like this in San Francisco that nobody knows about called Vermont Street. I also highly recommend taking Vermont Street as well. But Lombardy is Lombard. Wait, am I saying Lombard and it's Lombardy and it's Lombard? Lombard. Oh my God. Again, I told you, I act like I know everything, but I don't. But we love to learn. We love to learn. Anyway, we could go on about Lombard Street. Lombard. Anyway, this is the Clift Hotel there in the background, the tall building with the 2 horns on it. Yes, indeed. Built in 1915 to serve the crowds attending the Panama Pacific International Expo. And the Clift Hotel is still standing. I love this scene so much. I love the cars lined up there. I love the buildings coming up the street, the Victorian era buildings, and the guy with his man bag strapped across his, well, it's probably binoculars. But anyway, walking down the street in his afternoon suit, or maybe he's on his way to the Clift House to have dinner at the legendary Redwood Hotel that opened the year 1933, the year Prohibition ended. It's still there. It is now a cocktail lounge. You can no longer have dinner there, but according to the legend, it took one entire redwood tree to panel the entire room. But I want to go there and see it because, I mean, I love to go and catch up with these places and see, you know, look through the layers of time, see how it exists, what of it still exists, what's happening. Yes, I love to look through the layers of time. I also love, first of all, okay, you guys, we got to take a look in here into this scene. People eating dinner, whoa. All those tables lined up there are all tables for two, but we're not looking at them anymore. We're looking at, on the lower left there, that big basket of fruit. In case that lady there wants to just reach over and grab some grapes, or is that a papaya? Is there a papaya? Anyway, never mind that. The red carpet, again, we love a red carpet. And those four, or is that three? Those big, giant silver covers there. Inside there, I'm sure, is roast beef, or do you say boeuf? And of course, the chandelier, the chef there with his big chef's hat. And on the far right there, the maitre d' looking over all to make sure everything's fine, as well as those other two guys way over there on the far left. Anyway, you want dinner, you want prime rib. What am I doing here? Oh, I thought I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, buttons. We love pushing buttons. Anyway, House of Prime Rib, 1949, still there to this day. You can still go inside and have a big piece of pink meat. Yeah, you want pink beef? No problem. This would be like the place to have it in San Francisco. Indeed, since 1949. And it says roast prime ribs of beef, carved exclusively at your table. Now, I love the very mid-century front of this here, from 1949, and the plantings there, and the front double doors, and of course the words restaurant and cocktails are ready for their close-up, and here they are now, and I am proud to tell you they are still there to this day. Restaurant and cocktails, I don't know about you, but I love that very kind of late 1930s modern into 40s and even 50s modern and into now. Because this font, ladies and gentlemen, or call it a typeface if you will, is a classic for the ages ever of all time. I also love the way that they are three-dimensional and they stand slightly away from that gorgeous wood paneling. You want gorgeousness? This is gorgeousness. A red and white striped awning, a big brick colored building, and it says it 3 times there, small, medium, and large. Ricky's, and Ricky's. Ricky's, I wish I could call you up right now and tell you, like, whoever designed your signage, that big R, that kind of rough beginning of the top of it there, whoa, this is optimism, this is exciting, and this is the mood is up, and prosperity rules the day, and the standard of living is flying high. It really is, and that is a 1949 Buick, parked right out front there. Or wait, is it that's a Buick. That's an Oldsmobile. Sorry. Inside. We could go on and on and on, you guys, because I love this so much. I mean, this is the kind of restaurant I want to step into. First of all, I'll admit it, I'm not much of a gray person. Gray is the color of the inside of a coffin. Gray is the color of death. Gray is the color of ash. So I could say we could have a lot less gray in the world today. However, when used properly, it is acceptable. Like when you walk in the room there and you've got is it a blue gray, a green gray, the red, the other green, and the yellow? I mean, this is very 1949, you guys. That drum lampshade there, that plant, those low-backed benches there, atop that red carpet. Then, you've arrived at the green and white checks of linoleum. Time for you to either sit in that yellow chair next to that tortoise lampshade all aglow, which will make you look amazing, Or time to turn left and tiptoe through the tulips of that carpet. The carpet. The carpet, the carpet, the carpet. We could like go on for a while about that carpet, but we're going to talk about that roll pleated lampshade, that gray curtain. Oh, we forgot about the gray curtain. Anyway, that gray lounge chair again, the big plant, the table's way over there. Is that a bird cage with like calla lilies in it up there hanging? I don't know, you guys. All I know is it looks absolutely delicious to me. What's for dinner at Ricky's? What's for afternoon luncheon? I believe this would be it right here. This is the buffet table, or do you say buffet? It's just more fun to say buffet, but when do you even have the opportunity to say buffet anymore? Unless you're gonna have a buffet at your house. Let's just not say buffet anymore. Let's say buffet. Buffet. No sneeze guards, and as a dramatic centerpiece, boom! An explosion of gladiolas, flanked by two ruffled lampshades, all aglow in the richest, warmest, butteriest shade of light. Oh, I know. And all of those platforms with all those dishes in it and everything. I mean, I don't even know what all that stuff is, but I'd like to know. But I'm sorry to say nobody's taken a close up. But, you know, if you worked for like, you know, a while with a really great food stylist, this could be recreated and we all have a buffet just like this. Oh, fine. You wanted to eat here. Souvenir of the world famous Cliff House at Seal Rock, San Francisco. Again, we behold the glory of vintage matchbook art. And by the way, you guys, we might as well get it out in the open. The Cliff House is one of my favorite things ever in the history of San Francisco. Originally constructed in the year of 1858, overlooking whoosh, the silvery sea. And of course, as a dramatic, I better take a drink, you guys. Sorry, it's like, I know, I dropped my hanky. One moment, please. I almost fell off the chair. Oh no, spilled the water. Okay. Hi. Okay. Anyway, where do I begin to tell the story of how much I love the Cliff House? I was saying with the seal rocks as the dramatic focal point. Anyway, you know what? I'm sorry. My glasses are still fogged up. I'm going to have to fix them. I don't know what's wrong. Must be... Now I smeared them again. Oh, well, who cares? Okay, we're not here for smearing glasses or fogging up glasses. We're here for the Cliff House. And those dramatic rocks there as a focal point are the dramatic backdrop for this family portrait of three. Mommy, Junior, and Little Missy. Yes, indeed. Mommy-O and Little Missy have white chiffon scarves, or shall we say scarves of white chiffon. Anyway, and a basket purse. They were so popular in the mid-century era. She wears a white plastic horn rimmed glass, and Junior there has a lovely, nice knitted sweater there. Anyway, and hanging on to the rails for dear life. I love the little telescope thing down there on the lower left, but we're not talking about little telescopes right now. We're talking about the main feature here, and the there here is this. Built in this is actually a remodel. The original was 1858. This one probably came in about, I'm going to say 1939-ish, but it is truly a spellbinding mid-century modern redo spectacular of the absolute highest order. First of all, you see Cliff House written over there in your favorite lesbian aunt's handwriting. Then you see Whitney's, because it was owned by Mr. Whitney, there in white neon on that mock fireplace signboard. And since 1858, dining since 1858, they let you know twice. And wrapped around the corner there, you see those big, bold stand-up letters that, make no mistake about it, say Cliff House. They are absolutely enormous, and you could see them from quite a distance. Also in the background there, it says Cliff House, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anyway, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a moment with these people. Afternoon suitings of gray. So there's also a kind of in San Francisco, this sophistication, this semi-formalism, and this poise, this dignity, and manner of dress. And these people, again, we see it over and over, and these people are proving it to us. This is about 1961 or 2, judging by the length of that woman's sleeve there on the left. She's definitely the most fashion forward. That pillbox hat has not quite been refined yet to the short level of a Jackie Kennedy pillbox hat, but it's getting there. She is gloved. She is like narrow, skinny pursed. And she has a big, well, it looks to be like a camellia as a corsage there, as does her friend, who holds her gloves in her hand. So if you don't wear your gloves, you hold them in the hand. I don't know. I meant to talk more about gloves because we've been seeing them. But anyway, and she's a little more casual, but and her hat looks as though it is white underneath and a royal blue satin atop and has a brim. And then Mr. there in an afternoon suit of gray, light wool, white shirt, black tie. Very poised, very proper, very dignified. Country store. Okay, we'll go to the country store. But first, you guys, we have to talk about the, ready for its close-up. I'm not talking about the mailbox. I'm not talking about the fire hydrant. I'm not talking about the security guard who's probably guarding that 58 Plymouth taxi cab. No, I'm talking about the most, or I'm also not talking, although I'd like to, because I love totem poles. I've always loved totem poles since I was a little kid. I still do. And there's one right there. No, we are talking about the most spectacular feature of the Cliff House, and that is that dramatic handwriting there. Again, as I said a moment ago, in the handwriting of your favorite lesbian aunt. That is it. It is optimism. It is exciting. It's modern. It's casual. It's inviting. And it's simply optimistic. But what the most optimistic thing about it, the most modern thing about it, is not the handwritten script. It is absolutely the scale of the dot on that eye, which never I tire of seeing. Never I tire of experiencing the joy and the glory of a giant dot on that eye. The way that H is crossed works for me too, as does every other detail of it. There's the S right there. Look how they quick did the turnaround, and onto the E. The E, the E, the E. Just the S and the E are enough to let you know that again, the mood is up. Prosperity rules and the standard of living is flying high at the gift shop, Cliff House gift shop, souvenirs, and Pronto Pup. How much do we love a Pronto Pup? That is another version of a hot dog on a stick, aka a corn dog. Pronto Pup started in Oregon, you guys. So thank you, Oregon, for Pronto Pups. Got a remodel there. This looks like early 60s. I love the tour buses there, especially the one with the skylights. Almost as much as I love that pink 57 Pontiac and that two-tone tritone 1956 Dodge sitting there. There's also a Corvair in silver. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the excitement of when avocado, or do you call that olive green, gets together with two very tall entrance markers that are red and white striped of the Cliff Chalet. And that sign, I would hate to land a hot air balloon on that. But anyway, before the remodel, again, the red and white stripe theme continues. Before the remodel, we have this, indeed we did. This is Helen. She has been featured in many of my slideshows, one of the first collections I ever found. I got a call from these estate ladies and they said, we're having an estate sale tomorrow, but before people get here, you might want to come over and get the slides. I'll never forget, it was in the city of Southgate, a suburb of Los Angeles. It was a rainy day, and it was right in the beginning of when I started collecting slides about, well, gosh, it's been since 1992. So it was a long time ago. And this, of course, is one of my favorites of Helen. Yes, she's wearing a strappy, wedgie-heeled sandal of white for warm weather. She's wearing a skirt of a light blue warm weather fabric over a crinoline, which causes it to like poof out like she's gonna parachute, a afternoon coat, binoculars around the neck, a scarf over the head, and of course, she looks like she's not having a Pronto Pup. She's having a frozen banana. And how much do we love frozen bananas, you guys? Almost as much as we love, sorry, let me calm down. Almost as much as we love seafood written, gosh, I think I'm slumping. I better sit up. Anyway, seafood written out in neon, the stand-up letters in neon, and everything else in this photo. Here we are. There she was standing in front of the Cliff Cafe there. That's where we just were. But on the right there, you see something extraordinary. 1896, the world's largest. This is the entrance to the world's largest swimming pool world. The Sutro Baths, named for the mayor of San Francisco. Unfortunately, some years later, in that curve. We are right in front of the Cliff House, by the way, you guys. Anyway, they cut off those two tops there, and they did a little remodel sometime in the late 1950s. I love that 55 Mercury rounding that corner, going up that hill. Probably, well, not flooring it, but, you know, it's slow in a curve. Oh, trying not to go out of the lane there. But the Sutro Baths, yes, there it is, ready for its close-up. Ice skate at Sutro Baths. If you haven't seen Sutros, you haven't seen San Francisco. So you guys, I mean, it's basically lost to history at this point, but it's one of the allures of San Francisco, the great Sutro Baths. Now see this magnificent pleasure palace of the gay 90s. That's what it says right there on the building. Inside, in its heyday, built in the late 1890s, was this destination on the shore. People would ride the streetcar all the way out from town through who knows what fields, at that point fields of who knows what, to the Sutro Baths for recreation. And there were a bunch of pools, swimming pools and unusual attractions, taxidermy. I mean, it was basically the Disneyland of its day. There were 6 saltwater pools, 1 freshwater, a museum of taxidermy, historic artifacts, a 2,700 seat amphitheater, 517 private dressing rooms, and later they turned one of the pools into an ice rink. I mean, this place was completely over the top. A lot of it, as I said, has been lost to history, and in the year of 1966, it all burned to the ground. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was a grease fire in the kitchen. I don't even know if they had a restaurant there, but they probably did. Anyway, another totem pole, and of course the SkyTram sign, California Missions. I mean, there are so many attractions at the Cliff House, you guys. I love the Cliff House. We're going on the SkyTram right now. There it is. Yes, again, another thrill ride. This is the ultimate thrill ride in San Francisco. Between the years of 1956 and I believe 1955 and 1961, you had this. I mean, it was a little terrifying, you guys. Look at the lines that are there. The glorified clotheslines. This thing looks really, really heavy. And there were people in there going like, oh my God, it's really kind of scary. It went from the backside of the Cliff House all the way over to the other side of the cliff over there. So it was probably about a 12 minute ride. And those people there, the lady in red on that staircase is probably waiting for the thing to fall down. I don't know, it makes me kind of nervous. But I would have ridden it, of course. Anyway, the whole scene, the whole Cliff House and everything else you've just seen looked out over this. Playland at the beach. Yes, talk about the Disneyland of San Francisco. This area was it. Cliff House looking down on the Playland at the beach, Sutro Baths, and this, it was all there together. Playland did not start until the year of 1913. It is long gone now and has been for the past 51 years. Yes, it left in 1972. There you can see the surf club and you can see skating rink, and far in the distance there is Golden Gate Park. And by the way, I love the fact they use the most valuable real estate as the parking lot. What kind of planning is that? I know. And then, yes, there is a car show in the parking lot, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about a better view of the front of Playland at the Sea, the skating rink there from the left, the Bean Pot, the Yum Yum candy store. I love candy stores. I love a candy store. The beach coffee shop, and they are not giant popcorn boxes marking that corner entrance, but that's what I call them. And I don't know about you, but I love diamonds repeated in rows, don't you? I love diamond pattern, everything. I know, where do we begin? Anyway, I will tell you, seriously, not joking around, sadly, tragically, that there are very few photos that are known to exist, weirdly, of Playland at the beach. But this is actually a postcard, diamond checks, polka dots, and a big clown. Yes, the diamonds, the checks, the polka dots, the merry-go-round, and the funhouse clown there to greet you. He is the official greeter. Yes, unfortunately, it all went bye-bye, but where are the artifacts that were left over that were saved? Because you know there are some, and that would be fun to find. What is left over from Playland at the beach in San Francisco? Who knows? One takeaway is I love local foods. Wherever I go, I always say, what's the local food here? And in San Francisco, it's the It's It. 1928. These are an oatmeal cookies with ice cream all dipped in chocolate. So basically, it's an ice cream cookie sandwich, which, you know, has endured as a timeless classic. I've really only had them one time. Because I try to stay away from things like this because I fear addiction. But it does say the original. They come in vanilla and mint, and they are delicious. They are still made in the San Francisco area, and they are celebrating 95 years. So you can order them online, I'm sure. Try them. They will send them to you on dry ice or whatever. We are not having It's It right here at the San Francisco Zoo in the year of 1949, ladies and gentlemen. We are enjoying what looks to be bags of popcorn, and these are very... Well, these are actually very wealthy little children. They are the children of the Bixby family of Long Beach, California, enjoying an afternoon at the San Francisco Zoo, which opened in 1929. As you can see, they are very well dressed. The young man in a little, looks like he has a kind of a hunter's sweater on of woolen knit, and plaid woolen skirt and red sweaters, little collars, white collars, and pigtails. Yes. Mommy and Auntie do not disappoint. Mommy there with her, whoa, I know. And is that her hair in a snood or something? I don't know, but these are 1949 ensemblists to enjoy the elephants by. And yeah, the lady with the green, Kelly green is such a popular color in this show. And it's red and green. It's not Christmas, but we keep seeing red and green. Anyway, there she is, and here they are again. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it, the Bixby family. I wish someone would have told the man in the gray suit there, not proper to sit like that when your photo's being taken, or at any time. No, the bench is not meant to be sat on in that way, exactly. But anyway, you can see the little family there, all dressed up, ready to rock and roll, ready to fly, and ready to probably find their way here to the 1879 1879 Victorian architecture, you guys. Yeah. This is, well, I mean, where do we begin? This is, behold the glory of this hothouse in Golden Gate Park, you guys. There are so many attractions in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. Tragically, I have not explored them enough, but I would like to. This is completely still there, as it has been since I just accidentally said before I meant to. 1879 Victorian architecture. I love the whole scene here. I love the people there. It's like they're filming a movie or something. That grand staircase, everything about it, picture perfect. And I love when things are spelled out in plants, you guys. Welcome. And then there's the Golden Gate Bridge there. I know, Junior League of San Francisco, 1911 through 1961. Clearly this was taken in 1961. Anyway, yeah, I know. Inside is the ego of San Francisco, a la tropical plants. And here you see them all. Ferns hanging, tropical, more ferns, and lily pads. How much do we love lily pads, you guys? Lily ponds and lily pads. Are they lotus blossoms? I don't know the difference between a lotus and a lily, do you? Or a lily and a lotus. And a trio of ladies. There keeps being trios of ladies too. But anyway, we're talking about Storyland right now. You can read it this way, you can read it that way, sideways or up and down. This is absolutely, I mean, we need a moment here because this is absolutely spellbinding, hypnotizing, and mesmerizing. Everything about it, the way Storyland is spelled out, the spectacular hand-drawn typeface there, both of them different, the color theory, the little mural on the wall there, the old lady in the shoe, Jack and the Beanstalk, and a little village, and it looks like Mother Goose there. And then you've got a little toy soldier on the lower right there as a greeter. You got a young lady in a cornflower blue shirtwaist dress entering. And of course, you have arrived castle with turrets that are kind of have faces on them and everything. We got zigzaggy like lines on one side and triangles coming down the other. This is creativity with no limits, with imagination glorified and all abounding, isn't it? I know. Sing a song, a sixpence pocket full of. I don't even know these old-fashioned nursery rhymes anymore. I mean, most of them. Well, okay, I guess I do. But anyway, sing a song of sixpence. There it is. There's two children there, both dressed in red. Again, red, the official color of San Francisco. I love the scene here. It's very mid-century modern, very trompe-l'oeil, very block wall, very 1959. They also had Jack and the Beanstalk, as I said, and Humpty Dumpty. And this picture-perfect little gingerbread house. How much do we love the gingerbread house? Oh, yes, we do. I don't know about you, but I love a gingerbread house. Big, giant walk-through version, medium version, doghouse scale, or tabletop scale, or miniature scale. There's no such thing as a lousy gingerbread house. There just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's perfectly done or not that well done. We love gingerbread houses. I know. So anyway, and the gingerbread men are the fence and everything. Yes! Where do we begin? I know. Looks like a little round doghouse, a little dome doghouse on the right side there. Again, the little children are wearing red and white. I mean, where do we begin? Speaking of red and white, this is the Bobby Sox Brigade there. They are, according to the background there, they are at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. And they are citizens for Eisenhower. I love the way bandwagon is written on the side of that 1955 Ford. It's a Ford. Station wagon. I know. I love it. Okay. I better calm down a minute. I just love the way they're all dressed, the clothes. The little boys have almost matching sweaters, not matching color, but matching style and print. The Bobby socks, their shoes, the sweaters, mom's coat with a 3/4 open sleeve for medium cool weather. The little girl there is wearing a heavier coat. And then Missy there wears a little vest over her plaid skirt. She has a little purse and 2 straps on her little Mary Jane sandal. Eisenhower parking. And here is the Cow Palace right here. It is a palace for cows and for concerts and for anything else that you could possibly dream of that needs a big, giant place and space. This is it, built in 1941. The first ever event there was the Western Classic Holstein Show. I know, I want to go to a Western Holstein show, don't you? How much do we love cows, especially the black and white spotted ones? Anyway, so also I will tell you that in the day, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and in the 70s, the Bee Gees played this iconic, legendary landmark venue in San Francisco. Speaking of legendary landmark venues, here we are, 1936. Originally the WPA Bathhouse. It is the epitome of streamlined, modern. It is round, round, and more round. Yes, it is currently the Maritime Museum, and that's what it became in 1948, ladies and gentlemen. Inside, this is a must-see, one of my favorite things to experience in San Francisco. The murals, this was a picture that I took inside there probably about 10 years ago. First of all, yeah, the whole thing is murals. It is an artistic extravaganza. A masterpiece of 1936, or did I just say 34? Anyway, murals created primarily by artist and color theoretician, a color theorist. He called himself a theoretician. Anyway, Hilaire Hiller is the guy. So he and I'm sure some other people painted these incredible murals. This is just the tip of the iceberg. By the way, also, in the whole kind of streamlininess of it all and the modernness of it all, notice that light that goes around, wraps around, and then comes over on the left and goes like, oh, I'm going to stop. Oh, okay, just a little bit more. And then boom, we're done. I love it. And of course, the gradation of color in that kind of geometric ceiling. I love a geometric ceiling, don't you? But upstairs is where you're going to find the real there. Yes, you are indeed. Where do we begin to behold the glory of my favorite space or place of all my loving world of color, that I love color so much. I just want everything to be hyper-colored everywhere all the time. Or, various muted shades. But let's not do gray anymore, please. I'm begging you guys. No more gray, okay? Color is where it's at. Color brings happiness. Color brings joy to this world, and we need it. We need to remind ourselves. Anyway, most colorful place in San Francisco or anywhere else that I know of And I've been a lot of colorful places, you guys. This is the rotunda up inside the Maritime Museum. Go up there and it is the spectrum of color, and you will be living in the land of the glory of the color palette like you never have before. I've never been anywhere else where they have a color palette like this. Let's talk about Joe DiMaggio's restaurant, built in 1937. Yes, at Fisherman's Wharf, we have arrived at Fisherman's Wharf. We're there. I love a baseball on top of a sign. I love a blade sign on a pole with 3 helpers, a tripod of helpers. And yes, it is a baseball lover's paradise, DiMaggio's restaurant. And it says parking free, cocktails, and that lady with a very, very lovely, it's gray, but you know, for San Francisco, the gray works. It matches the fog. Anyway, and I'm not talking trash about the fog. I mean, that it's so kind of moody and ambiance-ical and everything. But anyway, how do we get talking about fog and the ambiance of that right now when we're talking about the swing, the cut, the fall of the fabric of that coat? And that big exaggerated sleeve gathered with a wide cuff, very stunning, very lovely. And yes, lady, you pose very well. There's a Cadillac out front. Could be Joe DiMaggio's himself, who knows? And I love, right in the middle of the sign though, you guys, is the real crowning touch here, because it is DiMaggio swinging a bat in neon. We do not see it. It's probably 3, boom, 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 all night long. It does that. Here we are. You want street food? Fine. San Francisco is famous for their street food. Indeed, it is in every way, every day. And here it is, a little crab, steamed crab from the steamed crab table outside one of the fine restaurants there. Or do you want a live turtle? Yes, and they will ship it anywhere in the United States. This is just such a quintessential San Francisco scene, you guys. I know. And these guys are the fishermen themselves. Here they are, showing off the goods, some crabs for you. The catch of the day, as it were, as it will, as it was, as it still is. Yes, and as I said, these are the guys that actually went out earlier this morning, like at 4 o'clock, and actually caught this stuff, bring it back, and now they're selling it to you. I love these 2 ladies. First of all, the lady holding her gloves there, that could be a Lily Ann suit because it has some extra detail. Maybe yes, maybe no. It does have a nice fit at the waist. Fabric colored buttons, 3/4 sleeve, shoulder padded. And then this lady there, she is like, I don't know, but she seems like a bruiser if you ask me. I know. She's not like, you know, giving up no pose for anybody. She's like, you want to take my picture? Fine, be that way. But she's fantastic. We love her. I like the tide of her curl, the color of the hair, the sheen of the shine, that buttery yellow, again, a lot of buttery yellow here, over a medium blue skirt. And they're probably on their way here to Aliota's Seafood Grotto or Fisherman's Grotto number 9, 2 of the most famous, most iconic restaurants at Fisherman's Wharf. The scene here looks like about 1947. This is a stunning shot. I weep, I gasp, I glow in the glory of that big giant fish-shaped neon sign. I know, I love it. I really do. You just want to step in and study the color theory. I mean, you guys, the red wheel on that, what looks like a Chrysler or a Dodge there. It's a Dodge, I think. Anyway, Aliota's started as a fish stand, 1938, closed, unfortunately. It actually started earlier. The restaurant here was built in 1938. Unfortunately, I'm devastated to report, you guys, nothing lasts forever. It closed this last year. Closed. Aliota's is gone, kaput, no more. But thank you, Aliota's, for all those glorious years of all your seafoodery. We enjoyed every morsel. Indeed, for those of you who never got to say thank you to the Alioto family, I hope you're listening, because you're heroes to us for doing all that hard work and serving it up with such style and beauty and grace. And it was delicious. And then right next to it, we have Fisherman's Grotto number 9 since 1935, the first sit-down establishment in Fisherman's Wharf. And I gotta tell you, I ate there one time and one time only, and I know it sold, I think in 2016. When I went there, it was all original inside, or, you know, from the 50s and 60s still. And it was really, truly spectacular. But I don't know if it's open anymore or not. I don't know. I looked online and I wasn't getting a sign that it was still open. So, as I said, nothing lasts forever. Savor these classic places while we can, because nothing lasts forever, not even them. And neither do we. So if you like a vintage classic place near you or a destination location, go there, go there, go there. Send your friends there, have a party there, have a gathering there, have a gang there, have whatever there. Move in there. Take it over. Anyway, this is the coffee shop, not the dining room. The dining room was much fancier, but I love the coffee shop at Fisherman's Grotto number 9. This had to be probably from the early 1950s. And the Venetian style, I mean, like, this is exactly what it still looked like when I dined there 10 years ago. And I will never forget the glory of sitting there with those, you know, those are like when you're in Venice, like, I don't know, they somehow are guideposts for the gondolas or whatever. And they also look like candy, sticks of candy. So, I mean, it's a very sweet place, and each one top of the little lantern. I love the light fixtures up above with the bias stripe, like a Saturn ring, the paintings on the wall, the menu sitting there on the table, and a pink napkin of cloth and a red one. Take your choice over a royal blue tablecloth. Bask in the glory also of the glow of how underrated a gloss ceiling is, a high gloss ceiling. Tarantino's opened in 1946, and here's a trio of ladies again, the one in the middle with a fur. Looks like they're going out somewhere. They're on the town, these ladies are. I love them. I love the sign too, a steel case sign. It is a sculpture, a handmade sculpture. I mean, there were machines involved, but it's welded together and powder coated and in that glorious color. Absolutely beautiful. Oysters Tarantino was the specialty of the house. Speaking of specialty of the house, you guys, I love, this is a close-up of some of the menu art there. Yes, on the lower left, you're gonna see a little crab, like, what am I doing here? But anyway, what you are doing there is you are there because these guys are there, the chef, the maitre d', and the bartender. I mean, look at the bartender, his little jacket, the bow tie, the purple cummerbund, the blue pants, shaking a drink. Just the caricature of him, his face. I mean, whoever did this, I wish I knew who you were so I could tell you I wish I could, well, I don't know, but I wish I could tell you how brilliant this is. The maitre d' in the middle, that stance of that proper maitre d' of that era. It's just perfect, spot on, flat top, the hand gestures and everything, the hip bone out, and then the chef, a little less pretentious about it all. He's just standing there with his happy face, knowing what a great chef he is, that big poof on, all dressed in white. I mean, I know, where do we begin? Also, this is a carpet ad for Tarantino's, you guys. So this is looking out over Fisherman's Wharf. And I don't know about you, but I am absolutely insane with this carpet. It has nothing to do with fish or the wharf. Giant hibiscus blossoms there. It gives Tiptoe Through the Tulips a whole new meaning. I know. Anyway, I just had to share it with you because you needed to see this. And I needed to share. I thank you guys so much. I love sharing all this stuff with you so much. Anyway, another photo op moment there in Fisherman's Wharf. Cerritos, put up this little, like, very Christopher Columbus-y kind of, like, 1492 miniature ship for the kids to pose in. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. And they did for decades. I wish it were still there. It's not too late. It could be brought back because who wouldn't want to have their picture taken on this little ship? I love when things get whimsical and fun and playful and happy and just, making memories. I mean, and these little things make memories. Also, you can go on this Balclutha ship there at the Maritime Museum. They have several boats you can actually go on. I have been on this boat. It was built in 1896 in Scotland, built to carry a variety of cargo all over the world. And it went around Cape Horn down there 17 times, became a museum in the year of 1954. The Red and White Fleet in San Francisco is your go-to for the waterway tours there. And how much do we love a boat ride? Again, as we are celebrating San Francisco as a theme park, this is indeed... Oh, I'm slumping. Sorry. It's so easy to slump, isn't it? I need to go to charm school, learn to sit up like this properly. Anyway, this is the Red and White Fleet, you guys, and they are still in business. They've been there since 1915. They first came together. They first pulled it together, the Red and White Fleet family, Still homespun and family run, I do hereby declare. They got it together to serve the people who came to the 1915 Panama Pacific International Exposition. Indeed they did, and you can ride one of their spectacular boat rides to this day. Thank you. Alcatraz is, of course, a grand tourist spot, a jail as a tourist spot, an island that's a jail. Anyway, this is as close as we're going to get to it, you guys. I mean, we could have gone there, but, you know, I'm like more of the happy whimsical than I am about, you know, the jails. But anyway, we have to talk about it, of course, because it is an icon and a legendary landmark of San Francisco from 1934 to 1963 for 29 years. Alcatraz served as a jail for some of the most over-the-top criminals. So if you were really, really bad, that's where they put you. And I will tell you, many tried to survive, but according to legend, not one made it out alive. I know. Speaking of Alcatraz, on the boat ride, they must have just been there because you have to take a boat ride to get out there. I love the little Alcatraz hats, the souvenir hats these kids have. And that's why we are looking at this slide. Also, you see half of the Oakland Bay Bridge there in the background. That's more the utilitarian side of it. But on the other side of Yerba Buena Island, you see this. Oh, yes, it is. So the Golden Gate Bridge came in 1937. A year earlier came the Oakland Bay Bridge in 1936. So between 36 and 37, I mean, these two bridges transformed San Francisco into another whole realm of easy to get to reality by private motor car. And anyway, I mean, we could go on and on and on about the beauty of this bridge. It will always be, well, I mean, you know, I guess we might as well get it out in the open. I mean, it's never going to be the Golden Gate Bridge. It's never going to be the icon, but it is a great beauty. And indeed, we do enjoy that zigzag, rig-rag trim there. And, of course, the giant swags, not to mention the crisscross, crisscross, crisscross. Here we are on the bridge, and that is a 1966 Dart by Dodge. And we are on a bus. We're in front of this is a bus. And there's a Greyhound bus in front. I love the windshield wiper on the bus, stuck right there in the picture. Anyway, Treasure Island, Yerba Buena Island. Yes, that's where we are going right now. Make no mistake about it. Oh, yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1939 and 40 San Francisco World's Fair on Treasure Island. This is Treasure Island. It was also known as the Magic Island. Indeed, you see the icon of it, the Tower of the Sun there, and the glorious light show that they put on every night. And this is, I think, before it actually got built, because they never did have a Matterhorn there, you guys. But this actually is the Golden Gate Expo of 1939 and 1940 for 2 years. Virtually at the same time, the New York World's Fair was going on, the San Francisco World's Fair was going on. I will say, we might as well get it out in the open, the New York World's Fair of 39 and 40 is much more famous than this fair. But this fair is spectacular. And you can see there the view of the Oakland Bay Bridge. That is Yerba Buena Island there, that mound. And we are on a landfill. Yes, they built a landfill for this starting in 1936. And you can see, well, those are big exhibit buildings there. There is that iconic, the icon, centerpiece, and crowning touch is the Tower of the Sun there. And you can see some smaller exhibit buildings down there, those big pylons of the red, orange canvas. But what I really want to show you down there, I don't know, you can barely see it, but it's a tram, you guys. It's called the Elephant Tram. And we have no close-up of it at the fair, but here it is years later at the Los Angeles County Fair. Here it is in the 1950s. The Los Angeles County Fair bought the Elephant Tram from the 1939-40 San Francisco World's Fair and the Golden Gate Expo. And here it is. I wish it was still there. It is not. It is long gone. But it is a 1940 Ford, or a 39 Ford, that has been modified. But it's all a ridge, and there it is some years later there. Anyway, we're back at the Expo of 1939-40 in San Francisco, and this was a fair that was a pageant of the Pacific, and it showcased all the goods of the nations bordering the Pacific Ocean. And anyway, this is not the grandest area, but those are massive flags. And how much do we love flags in any scale? The little toothpicky ones to the biggest flag you've ever seen and everything in between. I love, love, love flags. I love flags. I love pennants. I love all that. I just love fabric blowing in the breeze, don't you? I know, not to mention a poppy field there bordering a lake. And here she is now in the court of Pacifica. This is the, well, her name is Califia. Or Calfia. Khalifa. Sorry, Khalifa is her name. So you guys, the architecture lasted just 2 years. Maybe, you know, took a third year to tear it down or whatever, but monumental, modern, it's deco modern happening here. It is world class. It's like, you know, you are in another world here. Spectacular in every way. The color theory, the color palette was spellbinding. I love the lady in the lemon yellow blazer there. That's very bold for 1939-40, isn't it? And not to mention, look, they will roll you along in those, like, it looks like patio furniture from like the 30s and 40s. Looks like rattan or bamboo. And then like a kind of faded canvas there with the buttons. I love it. I want to ride around one of those. I mean, I guess there's not one of these left. If there were, we would find it. But we would also be trying to find those big medallions on the California Counties building. I love a medallion for, is it every county in 1939? I don't know, could be. But just, I mean, how rare is it to see, again, that rainbow color palette? I love a rainbow in any form, any way, every day, any day. Oh, yes, we do. The rainbow palette speaks to all of us. And it is gorgeous here. Thank goodness for color film. And let me tell you something. These are extremely rare color, Kodachrome color slides of the San Francisco World's Fair. Here is the midway, where all the kind of attractions were. There were so many exhibits, you guys. I mean, many of them were not photographed. Again, I said it a second ago, and I'm going to say it again. Very rare to find colored photos or black and white photos of this fair. It was before the days when everyone had a camera in their hand. They just didn't. So somebody had Kodachrome film. This was the very beginning of Kodachrome film. And so it is a true miracle that I lucked into finding these years ago and am now finally able to share them with you. This actually was the midway. They called it the gay way. Whoa! I know. But I mean, it wasn't gay, but it was gay. But anyway, you can see there the Penny Arcade, the Temple of Nudity. Yeah. And Light-A-Line, Ripley's, believe it or not, and Sally Rand on the left. And here we are, Sally Rand's. It says Dude Ranch, but they crossed it out and put an N for Nude Ranch. There was a lot of titillation happening at this fair, you guys. As the months went on, they embellished the facade of Sally Rand. Sally Rand was a pioneer in the realm of burlesque dancing, and she was first discovered at the 1933 Chicago Expo, and she had big ostrich feather fans that she would, like, you know, cover certain parts of her body with, and, you know, illusion. Anyway, so this was, I'm not sure how many of the young ladies in here had fans or what was happening inside, but you can see there are barkers there that are saying, come on in. You're going to see, and it looks like there's a couple of the showgirls there all wrapped up, not going to show you anything until you pay to go inside. This is the deck where the barker would stand there, the little ticket machine you can see there, and all these people gathered around. I mean, we could go on and on and on about their way they're dressed. I know, I mean, there was no such thing as like a hoodie to wear. And I am like so scared that if I start wearing hoodies, that it's all I'm ever going to want to wear. So I'm not graduated to hoodies yet. Well, I have one. But anyway, and it might be on my website for sale right now. But anyway, I mean, you should go on my website and check out my merch. But anyway, we're into talking about my merch. I love the guy who works at the fair with the turquoise hat and the red jacket. I know. But anyway, the nudity, you guys, continues. This fair was very racy. We might as well get it out in the open. Candid Camera presents artist models. We invite you to photograph our live models in the studio. I know, I love the front of that, don't you? And then here is that same facade. They added this little corner thing, the Parisian studio artist models. They're showing you some of the pictures. So yeah, I mean, this is a whole thing. This begs a deeper study, this whole thing. But again, there's very little documented about this fair. But oh, you guys, the French guy standing there, like trying to sell you on going inside, paying you the money to go inside to take pictures, if you even have a camera, maybe they gave you a camera, I don't know. But, or they would probably sell you the photos. But he's wearing the red and white stripes. Again, red and white stripes. This whole show has been full of red and white stripes. And Dancers of the World, 10 cents to get in. Again, you can see the woman on the right, scantily clad. The two little children sitting there. I love stairs that are painted alternating colors like that. I know. Who's the guy with the straw hat and the suitcase? I don't know, but it's just so rare to see 1939 or 1940 in color like this, these candid shots. They've got babies alive, incubator babies. I mean, this is out there. This fair, the Golden Gate Expo, is out there by any standards. 1939. I love the streamlined modern facade there. And of course, that big baby head cutout and that stork is the crowning touch. I know, people wanting to go in and see the babies, the incubator babies, the lost world. The centerpiece and crowning touch of this beautifully painted facade, looks really good, is the giant gorilla with a blonde wig. I'm not even sure what's going on inside of there. And is there a known photo of the inside of there? I don't know. I hope so. Here's lunch is served in this outdoor cafe. Our server is wearing something of, looks like European style, a gingham check vest, a puff sleeve, a ruffled collar with a bow finish, a little pink apron. She's got a towel over her arm. She's taking the order of a woman who wears a dark blue suit with a matching hat tilted onto the front of her head. She's probably like, you know, the way that I love that kind of character in any movie or television show. She's probably that character. And then there's a guy there also very interested in the waitress or server, whatever. No, back then they were waitresses. But anyway, waiters and waitresses, I guess, can we say that anymore? I don't know. Anyway, but then we've got these two ladies up front resting their menus on that gorgeous checkered tablecloth, that window pane plaid tablecloth. I love the chairs. I love the whole scene. But they both together, did they call each other and say, we're going to wear our oatmeal woolen coats with fur trim, one hat not to match, one hat to match? The one on the right there has like some kind of a strange horn sticking out of the side of her hat. I don't know. The other one all wrapped around like that. I know we could go on and on and on, but we've got to talk about the crowd gathered for the band at the Federal Building, in front of the Federal Building, and the Lake of Nations is ready for its close-up. Here it is. Yes, a colonnade of the states. 48 columns, and the two murals on the side were said to have been the world's largest murals, ladies and gentlemen. Totally gone, not a trace. But I will tell you that I love the swan boats. I love swan boats wherever. I have never been on a swan boat, but we have kind of big plastic clumsy ones here in LA in Echo Park. And I'm 99% sure that in Boston they still have them. Is at Lake Charles, and they've had them there since like 1876. So these lasted for 2 years, but in Boston they last for 150 years. But anyway, what I was going to say, here it is at night, by the way. And you know what? I mean, we could just bask in the glory. Those of you who are familiar with Southern California home savings bank buildings, I mean, clearly this is a influencer of the designer of the home savings bank buildings here that were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. This monumental style and the mosaics and everything. I mean, look up home savings bank buildings, Southern California. Anyway, I wish we could see the mosaic in more detail, but we can't. Unfortunately, all of that of what you've seen and this is all gone now. This is the Peacemakers mural. And I mean, there's a whole scene of European people on the right and Asian people on the left, and monumental buildings, including that of the Oakland Bay Bridge there you see on the upper right. This mosaic, or this bas-relief mural, was built by three sisters, Helen and Esther and Margaret Bruton of Alameda, California. And anyway, very dramatic in its nighttime pose, as is this, the Bank of America. building, very stately. Every Bank of America needs to look like this now. So I just want to say, look at the glory of the state of California there. That monumental modernness is really happening. The frame around the front door, the seals, the banners there, the everything else, all the hangings, all the framings, all the signings, all the lightings, all the goldings, all the stepping uppings, all the steps, everything. This is a spectacular, glorious beauty to behold. And that big sun there as the crowning touch and the relief of the entire thing. Speaking of the sun, this is the court of the moon. Yes, there were actually two of these buildings side by side. Here we get the beauty of seeing one of them. Before this building, we see marigolds, are they, or zinnias perhaps, a big wide border on a reflecting pool, and the building itself. This is the grand entrance to an exhibit hall. It is Art Deco gone wild, monumental, modern to the max. In every way, every day. We could go on and on and on. Look at the pleasure of it all, by day, by night. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, all aglow in a cornflower blue. Sorry, I'm just getting all, the magic isle is beginning to get to me, the magic island of this fair. Rare, rare, rare. I said it before, I'll say it again, to see these color photos. It is a thrill for me to be able to have discovered them and have them in my archive, the originals. And don't you love the little pumpkin color accents there? I know you do. Yes, you do. And here they are. There's both of them finally. I don't know if the lights change colors or just the far awayness caused the exposure of that early Kodachrome film to now capture the cornflower blue in a turquoise, and the pumpkin becomes more of a darker poppy red there, and all aglow and the glimmer of night you see in all of its glory with a lit up 20 foot, okay, calm down. There is a bird up on top of the Tower of the Sun there, and it's actually a phoenix, they call it. So we don't ever have a close-up of it. I mean, there must be one. Somebody in 1939 must have sent a drone up there to get a shot. I don't know. But anyway, everything, the whole thing. I mean, the monumental realm of this whole reality, here it is. The other side, you saw one side, now you're seeing the other side of this long colonnade. The Tower of the Sun is the centerpiece, of course. And this is the Fountain of the Pacific there. I do believe that some of these statues are still there on site. This site was completely bulldozed after the fair was over, and it was to become San Francisco International Airport. That did not happen. And it's kind of been a few things, a military base and a bunch of other stuff. All these years, but currently it is being redeveloped as a residential area, and they're building high rises on it. But I will tell you, there's one building there that still exists from the fair. Actually, there's a couple, but one fancy building. It is semicircular. I'm sorry I don't have a better photo of it, but I think I do in a second. One last look, you guys, at the incredible light show that was rarely captured, if at all. Well, here it is on Kodachrome film, but they had these sprays of rainbow lights in the air, which helped attract people from the mainland. And just to give you an idea of where it was, so in the distance there, you see the Golden Gate Bridge. On the left there, you see San Francisco and the Oakland Bay Bridge. Yerba Buena, you go over that still to this day when you go from Oakland to San Francisco, and then you cut off, and there's that man-made landfill that was the Golden Gate Expo of 1939 and 1940. So you guys, I have to say, this was le grand finale. Here is one last look at the lighting effects that they did. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for continuing to watch my online shows. It is my pleasure, my passion, my fashion, to put these shows together, to do the research, and to share them with you. It is what I was born to do, and thank you, because your support makes it possible for me to continue to do this. And I hope to, oh, great, now there's someone at my door. What perfect timing. Anyways, you guys have been an awesome audience. Thank you again. Check out the other shows on my website in case you've missed any of them. And make sure to sign up for my email list so you will make sure to know when the next show is coming. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you again for joining me. I wish you all the best, and behold the glory of San Franciscoland. I know.